there's no place like home for the holidays. 'Cause no matter how far away you roam, if you want to be happy in a million ways, for the holidays you can't beat home sweet home. I met a man who lives in Tennessee. He was heading for Pennsylvania and some homemade pumpkin pie. From Pennsylvania folks are settling down to Dixie's sunny shore. From Atlantic to Pacific, gee, the traffic is terrific. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays. 'Cause no matter how far away you roam, if you want to be happy in a million ways, for those holidays you can't beat home sweet home. Met a man who lived in Tennessee, and he was heading for Pennsylvania and some homemade pumpkin pie. From Pennsylvania folks are traveling down to Dixie's sunny shore. From Atlantic to Pacific, gee, the traffic is terrific. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays. 'Cause no matter how far away you roam, if you want to be happy in a million ways, for those holidays you can't beat home sweet home.
Home sweet home, huh?
Home sweet home.
Yeah, that pumpkin pie was getting me a little hungry there when you were talking about that. I want to, first of all, introduce Mike Purcell. He comes on every year. We're so happy to have him with us this year as well. And he'll be in our next week's show as well. But first of all, I want to say who's coming on the show this week. We're going to be talking about Kwanzaa. We have Miki Conn here along with Zorkie Nelson, who is a wonderful drummer, African drumming he'll be doing. And we'll be talking about the Kwanzaa celebrations. We will also be talking with two representatives talking about nutrition, especially nutrition over the holidays and some great gift-giving ideas that are healthy. So we want to check that out too. And of course, what would the holiday season be without New Year's Eve? And of course, we have Michael Burns from MOPCO, and in their new theater, they are going to have two parties, one for family and one for adults. So that'll be on New Year's Eve. He'll be telling us about that. And then we have Ange Morris coming on to talk about the Martin Luther King event coming up, and also a year in review for the Human Rights Commission of Schenectady County. Mike, I'm glad to see you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, and you're getting ready for the holidays?
Always getting ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you know, you're talking about different traditions and holidays. I was just realizing we are so steeped in traditions. Every family has their traditions.
Yeah, yeah.
And no matter what they are, the whole thing of the traditions, they bring you together.
Yeah, and not only that, but our next show is called Traditions, and we're going to be talking about Armenian, and we're going to be talking about Hanukkah. So we're trying to hit all those traditions, but we're going to be seeing you in just a little bit more. But right now, I'm going to walk right over here, and we're going to be talking with Miki Conn. She's the former executive director of the Hamilton Hill Arts Arts Center. And with her, she's brought Zorkie Nelson. And these lights are very bright, so we're kind of suffering with these lights here. But anyway, Zorkie, thank you for coming. We see you every year at the Kwanzaa, and you just have wonderful drumming. And what kind of a drum did you bring?
Well, I bring a Pangogo drum. You know, this drum from West Africa, Ghana.
From Ghana?
Ghana.
Okay.
Yes. And this drum is Mama drum. It's kind of very quiet, and you know, when you play, you can feel it. You know, you can feel something coming inside of you.
Would do the different? I don't know. Are they states of in Africa? How would you call it? The countries? They're different countries.
Yeah.
Do they all have separate types of drums that they?
Yeah. Every tribe have its own drums.
Okay, and that comes from whatever they have available to work with.
From my tribe. Ghana
Okay.
people
Oh,
tribe.
he's not mic'd up. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll get him mic'd. Great. Oh, almost mic'd. Okay, we'll put Malcolm to work here while I switch over to Miki here while she works. Oh, you're not mic'd either. What happened to the mic? Okay, move up just a little bit. Yeah, what happened? There's no mic here either. That's okay. It's on the floor? It's on the floor. Okay. Well, we're getting mic'd here.
Oh, perfect.
I'm sorry. Well, here, I'm just going to do this.
Okay.
So tell us about Kwanzaa. What's coming up?
Well, this year, Kwanzaa, as every year, is 7 days between the day after Christmas, December 26th, to what we call New Year's Day, the day after New Year's.
Right.
And 7 days of celebration, of families and communities getting together. And so we have an organization called the Kwanzaa Coalition, which organizes Kwanzaas in the Tri-Cities.
And there's a lot going on.
Yep. So every night we start with the big Kwanzaa on December 26th at the New York State Museum, and that will have workshops, entertainment. There'll be some chess this year and some mancala. There'll be drumming and dancing and all kinds of activities, and that's on the 26th. And then we go to our local locations.
Yeah, and you picked some really good locations.
Yeah, this year we have 3 locations in Schenectady. We've got the Hamilton Hill Art Center, we've got Mount Olivet Missionary Baptist Church, and we have the City Mission.
That's new.
That's new. The Art Center will be hosting it, but it will be at the City Mission. It's open to the public. They'll be feasting on that one along with everything else. So the programs will be interesting and exciting at each of them. All of them are free and open to the public. We have posters out which have the actual locations and the times for each of the Kwanzaa evenings.
Right. Well, now maybe we should have Zorkie play a little something to give us a feel for the Kwanzaa celebration.
Yes.
Would people dance to that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because I'm ready to
people
dance.
Love it. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
People like to dance.
Yeah.
You know, with this rhythm, because this rhythm we call it oge. So when you are in Ghana, it's a rhythm which is everybody love to dance. Yeah.
But it's the feel. I mean, the drum seems to kind of get into your blood or something, and you just want to start moving.
Yes, I don't want to stop. I want to keep going.
Yeah. And what was the song that you sang?
Well,
was that a celebratory song? Or?
Well, this song is the everybody learned about this song in Ghana. Like when you start growing up, this is the song which is you can learn, have to be play the drum, have to be dance and everything. So this is like a popular song. Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. And you brought, Miki, you brought some nice display here. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so Kwanzaa, as you know, is an African-American celebration that was created by Maulana Karenga because he saw that the Christmas celebration was becoming too commercial, that it was all about the toy of the year and so on. And he wanted us to begin to focus back on what we can do to have our values, to look at our values, and to rededicate ourselves throughout the year. So we have here a kinara, which is the candle holder. And we use Swahili words to connect us with the motherland, back to Africa. So the black candle stands for the blackness of our people, the red candle for the blood of our struggle, and the green candles for fertility, growth, learning, understanding, and wisdom. We have 7 principles of Kwanzaa, and each candle represents a different principle. We have, Kwanzaa is a harvest festival, so we have a basket of fruit to symbolize the harvest. We have a cup of water. As you know, water is the foundation and basis of life. Water also connects us with our ancestors. So we start the ceremony with a libation in which we pour the water either on the earth or into a plant or something like that. The corn, the muhindi, represents the children who we are all responsible for. So if you were celebrating in a family, you'd have one ear for each of your children, plus an ear representing the children of the world. If you have no children, you would still have an ear of corn representing the children. And of course, we adults are all children too.
Of somebody.
That's right. So we have the carving, which can be any kind of symbolic, any kind of object symbolic of our ancestry, of our connection to the motherland. So in this case, I have what's called an Akweba doll, but it could be any kind of object. And then we have books, because books, study, learning is extremely important. We give gifts, and gifts are very often books or homemade items. So, and then all of it sits on a mat, and the mat is our foundation, and everything comes from that.
It's a lovely, lovely way to celebrate the holiday. I mean, it's a holiday, but it's non-religious.
Yes, it's not.
So no matter what religion you are, you can certainly celebrate this. Yeah.
That's right. It doesn't conflict with any of your
it augments
beliefs.
it, actually.
That's right.
Yeah, and
That's
so
right.
you could have a menorah, and you could have this as well, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
It works.
And well, I was going to say, and it was designed that way by having it start the day after Christmas, so people didn't feel that this was
a conflict.
replacing
Oh,
or
okay.
a conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's wonderful, and we'll go over just quickly. You have how many days of it? Starting with the 26th,
7 days.
7 days, and each day is at a different place, including
Yes.
Albany. Right.
including Albany, several places in Albany. We're still working on Troy, so anybody out there listening with connections to Troy,
Okay.
we're looking for sites in Troy for the future.
I've got one for you. I'll email you. Yeah, good. So I want to thank Miki and also Zorkie for coming on the show and talking a little bit about Kwanzaa and the celebration of the harvest. And it's a recent, I would say relatively recent holiday, but it certainly augments the rest of the traditions that are going on in our area at the same time.
Yes, it does.
Right. We're going to take a quick break, and Mike's going to play a little bit more, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about food, especially for the holidays. Stay tuned.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it's hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. This simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
Well, that was Michael. Thank you so much, Mike Purcell, and Merry Christmas to you too. Huh? So we're going to be talking with Lester. I want to get your name in Rosenzweig. Rosenzweig. Okay, I got that right now. And we have Rosie Urkovich.
Yep.
Good, got that right too. We're going to be talking nutrition, and nutrition. You know, we all kind of throw that out the window when it comes to the holidays. It seems that we're eating the foods that we shouldn't be eating because we think they're treats, and everybody gains, what, 6 pounds or so? So let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, it is a time of year where people tend to get carried away between, well, let's say it starts Halloween.
Yeah, you're right, with the
you
candy
know,
and stuff,
candy
yeah.
and stuff, and then Thanksgiving and pies and all that, and then the holidays
And then you get out, invited
and
out a
work
lot.
parties and
Yeah, your
stuff,
parties,
yeah.
and everybody's fixing the most exotic food there is, right? To put it on the table to show off their
Sure,
treats with
no
the cream
holds barred.
cheese and the sour
Cream
cream
and
the
butter
cream,
and
the
sugar
butter and the
and
sugar and
all that good stuff.
I think I just put on a pound talking about it.
Yeah.
But you've got a different approach here, and one of them is gift giving, where you know it might be a smart way to do it. And you brought an intern with you too. Thank you for coming, Rosie.
Yeah, Rosie, she's with us for 8 weeks at Cornell Cooperative Extension, and her first day was yesterday. So,
Oh wow! Well,
yeah.
whoa! That was the baptism here. Yeah. So, what are some of your ideas here?
Well, and they're not necessarily my ideas. You know, some of these have been promoted before, but some things like, you know, a strainer, your favorite spaghetti sauce, you know, different kinds of pastas. I have this Barilla white fiber.
White fiber? What is white fiber?
What is white fiber?
Yeah, what is white fiber?
Well, it's a whole wheat product.
A whole
and
wheat. Okay,
everything.
because I think of wheat
And
as being brown.
It's the kind of thing you wouldn't notice the difference.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
in terms of whole wheat,
Okay.
is a little
Heavier.
texture.
Yeah.
And everything.
But I like whole
Some
wheat.
people don't like it.
Yeah, I know.
You know, some people don't like brown rice.
Yeah. Oh, I
so
love
they
brown
go with
rice.
the white
Yeah.
rice.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a nice alternative. There's different products that have.
So put that in a
similar
little
things.
cellophane bag along with a couple of wooden spoons. I mean,
Yeah,
you've got
you're
a
all
nice,
set.
a little
You're
thing
all
of,
set.
you gotta have a little grated cheese with that though.
Definitely.
Yeah, a little
Definitely.
grated cheese.
You know, and these shopping bags, you know, they come in very handy,
Reusable.
too.
Use these to wrap your gifts.
Yeah, this one is farm fresh. You know, with Cooperative Extension, we have some specially made, or it may be promoting a particular program. And this one, of course, has lots of fruits
okay.
and
Oh, I like
vegetable
that. Yeah,
pictures on
yeah.
it. Okay, so these make nice reusable gifts too.
Yeah.
To put your
Put
gifts
a
in.
nice tissue paper in there, put your items in there, and say, here you are. And you can, yeah, I guess that we're going to get your mic on again. Oh, you know, this mic, I'm sorry, we got problems with the mics here today. They're not staying on. There we are.
Okay.
And then the teas are always good, too.
Teas, and actually, I do nutrition education programs for this senior nutrition program here in the county. And I'm preparing one for January on teas. Teas have antioxidant qualities, which
Green tea
helps,
especially. Green teas,
reduce
yeah.
certain cancer risk and things like that. So pull your favorite teas together. Black tea, white tea, green teas are very popular. And of course, we have different herbal teas. Chamomile helps put you to sleep.
Yep, that's
things
right.
like
My
that.
grandmother used that. She used to grow her own chamomile, and you know.
Yeah.
make the
So,
teas.
but
Are
the
you
thing
learning
is you
anything
wanna-
over there, Rosie?
Of course, yes.
How are you? You want to brew the tea. The antioxidant qualities are more prevalent in freshly brewed teas versus canned or bottled teas.
Oh yeah, I know.
So this is kind of where you want to go with the teas.
Yeah.
You can get a nice teapot or something to put it in.
Oh, that's
and
a
this
nice-
would make a
nice
nice
way to-
gift. You don't have to do the boxes here. You
Take
just
it out
pull
of the box
different-
and put 'em right in
different
the-
types of teas, and it makes a nice variety.
That is a great way to give a gift. Yeah. And then
Mason jars are good to hold all kinds of things. Trail mix, you can make your own trail mix. And the key to this one is missing the nuts, but it's got cranberries and raisins in it. So you got your fruit. It's got
I like you got the
Chex.
rice chicks.
The Chex, yeah.
Yeah.
So particularly whole
So if
grain,
you're
you like Cheerios or
gluten free, you go
something.
with the rice, right?
Yeah. So you have your grain in here, and for your protein, you can add walnuts or almonds or peanuts in here.
I like almonds in there.
And people like sweetness too. I have some chocolate chips in
yeah,
here
you throw a few of those. in.
versus
yeah.
M&M candy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you know,
No, I
kind of
like the
thing.
chocolate chips, the dark chocolate chips.
So this makes a nice gift too. Got to watch the calories with this, so because a handful is about 100 calories.
Well, isn't it funny that years ago, during the granola thing where everybody was eating granola, and it's like they thought it was just really healthy, and they were putting on pounds after pounds after pounds. What's your favorite treat here? If you were going to fix something for a gift, what would you fix?
Well, I personally am a baker at heart, so I like what he made with the black bean brownies.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes.
And you have the recipe
So
here too. Yeah.
If you puree the black beans, then they kind of act like flour when you bake it up. So they can be gluten-free if you add the cocoa powder for the dryness.
Right.
But they're really good for someone that you know is on a diet. Maybe they're following like a bet at work where who can not gain any pounds before the new year, something like that.
Oh yeah, wouldn't that be something?
Or just for yourself, if you go to like a Christmas dinner.
I don't know. What's that? Well, we're hearing a little music here, but go ahead.
So if you go to a Christmas dinner and you know that there's going to be cheesecake and frosted cupcakes and cookies made with butter, you can bring your own healthier treats, so you can still
I
indulge
have
a little
found
bit.
that if I go to a dinner, sometimes a potluck, I bring something I know is healthy that I can eat.
Yes.
And it makes it a lot easier. Then I'm not quite as tempted to try a lot of other things that are kind of like I know are really high calorie.
Yeah.
And some people just don't seem to think about calories. What's with the beans? I love beans, lentils. What do you fix with that? Oh, you got a
the
recipe.
lentils. Yeah, I was going to show the recipe for the brownies.
Oh, good. Okay. And you know what? If you give me a copy of that, I'll post it.
Sure thing.
Okay. How's that?
Lentils, different kinds of beans, of course, to make soup. So if you have a favorite dry bean recipe, you can mix these up.
Oh yeah, mix up the beans. Don't just have
Put
just
them in
one.
a canister like this. I like to add vegetables to it too, like carrots or cauliflower in it. Sweet potatoes
Cabbage.
are nice.
I love cabbage in it.
Cabbage.
Shredded
in soup.
cabbage.
Yeah. Be creative, use your leftovers, whatever.
Well, I was just going to say, when you bring up the idea of the soups, what a great idea, because you always have like leftover ham or you have leftover turkey. Soups are the best things to do, is to use those carcasses or the bones and just make a really nice soup. Make up a big batch and freeze it. I mean, I have soup in the freezer all the time.
It also reduces your food waste.
Oh my God, the food waste is horrible in this country.
Yep.
Especially in restaurants. What can we do about that? Take out food.
Well, I just went to the market yesterday, and in the vegetable area was a stand that had ugly vegetables.
Oh, that's great.
And I bought oranges and I bought avocados.
They're still good.
Yeah, they were just little kind of thing.
They
and
didn't
had
look
some
right
marks
or
on
so.
it,
Yeah, and they
kind of
usually,
thing.
if you go to many of these farm things, they just leave them on the ground, which is a shame because there's people that would like a little extra food, and we just have to have perfectly round this or that or the right color. Oh, there's a blemish there. We can't possibly eat that. Why? You know.
I just wanted to mention back with the soup here. Most people are watching their sodium or should watch their sodium or salt, and most canned soups have a lot of salt.
Oh, they do. You always rinse your beans though in the soup, in the cans, don't you? Or, I mean, I always do. If I get a can, I don't usually get canned beans because I make them from scratch.
Yeah.
But if I ever need like a real quick thing, I always rinse them out really good.
Rinsing them off is good. You get the salt.
You
Same
get,
with canned vegetables. You can rinse it off.
Get some of that extra salt because it's a brine almost in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you put your own seasonings in it.
Exactly. Well, we've been talking with two representatives from Cornell. We need to get them on again, maybe to keep talking about maybe food prep and using those vegetables that you're not used to using. And this would be a great way to do that. So yeah, thank you for both for being here. And I hope you enjoy your next, 6 weeks, I guess? You got a whole 6 weeks.
7.
7 weeks going. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. You'll learn a lot from Lester
sure I
because
will.
he certainly is he does nutrition counseling as well, I understand.
I do nutrition counseling for the program besides education, also working with Schenectady ARC.
Oh, wonderful.
Doing nutrition education for
Great.
Those folks. And Cornell also works with WIC, Women, Infant, and Children program, and other nutrition ed programs.
So important.
And
So you're going to get a lot of
Rosie's going to
experience.
get a lot of exposure.
I'm lucky
Well,
to be a part of it.
Yeah, and the amazing thing is I've talked to people with food pantries and they get a lot of vegetables and a lot of the people just don't know what to do with the vegetables. So education is very important and I appreciate what you're doing, yeah.
And just to plug our website, has a lot of wonderful information.
Great.
There's a new section for seniors too.
Oh, wonderful. And I've got, don't forget to leave that recipe with me so I can get that posted up on the web. So at least you'll be able to find those recipes and try them and stay healthy. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking with Michael Burns, and we want to play a little something. Okay.
The holly, put up the brightest string of lights I've ever seen. Slice up the fruitcake, it's time we hung some tinsel on that evergreen bough. For we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinet. Yes, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Santa dear, we're in a hurry, so come down that chimney, put up the brightest string of lights I've ever seen. Up the fruitcake, it's time we hung some tinsel on that evergreen bough. For we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinet. Yes, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Need a little Christmas now. For we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinet. Yes, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Need a little Christmas now. Need a little Christmas now.
And you got a little Christmas, you got a little New Year's coming up, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's
We're
going on
really
New
excited.
Year's?
Well, you know, for years we were up at First Night Saratoga, but
Yeah.
that's a schlep. Since we have the new theater,
You got a great theater. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
well, it's awesome. It's working out beautifully.
Yeah. You had one on Union Street, and then you moved over to
Well, yeah, we
Jay.
have a rehearsal space
Yeah,
on Union Street, but
yeah.
this is really a theater.
Yeah.
And you know what I love is people.
What do you love?
I love you, among other things, Ann. I love a lot of things, but I love we put a marquee out in front. You saw it.
I love it. We got a photo of it.
Yeah, and people they slow down their cars, they stop, they're taking pictures. It's like, you know.
Really, you're
yeah.
a tourist attraction.
I guess so. I'm up for that. As long as I'm not the tourist attraction, that's okay if the building is. So anyway, New Year's Eve, early in the evening. I don't know if you remember, but you're a little kid and you want to do the whole New Year's thing.
Oh, I know.
And
Yeah,
there's
but
no
you
way.
can't
You're not
do
gonna
that. You
stay
can
up
get
till
a
midnight.
glass
No.
of cider.
Yeah, right. And everybody's doing this big hoopla, and you don't know what's going on, but there's something, and you try to stay up.
Yeah,
Right.
and watch Guy Lombardo and the ball come down.
Oh, we are dating ourselves because I know
tell
what you mean.
I mean.
Oh my. So what we're going to do is have a 7 o'clock show for families with little kids, and at 8 o'clock we're doing the ball drop.
You're going to drop the ball at 8
Yes,
o'clock.
we are. In fact, I missed the
You
delivery.
do the countdown too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I got this big, it's coming through UPS. The Wells Fargo wagon is.
Yeah.
Missed it yesterday. Hopefully I'll get it today. Big 16-inch lighted LED ball. And I have no idea. Next thing I figure out is how we're going to rig that up to drop.
I don't know. You may have to return it to New York City when
I
they
don't
do.
know, maybe. But we'll drop it at 8 with the countdown for the little
Cool.
guys.
Oh, how cute.
And then shoo them home to get to bed. And at 9, we'll start the pajama party.
Yeah, the pajama party.
Yeah.
You got to wear pajamas?
No, not mandatory. Oh my goodness, people are saying, I don't know, I don't have nice pajamas. Clothing is mandatory.
Clothing is mandatory.
Have to wear
okay.
clothing. If you want to have that clothing be pajamas, great.
If you really want to pick out some good ones, watch The Christmas Story, and I'm sure that
Yeah.
Ralphie has those pajamas that he gets every year, right?
Yes, yes.
Get a pair like those.
You know, I thought about showing up here in pajamas to promote the whole thing, but then I thought, I don't know, in this particular year, maybe that's not.
Well, and you kind of wonder that whether
I don't think I
Proctor's
look
would
that
even
good.
let you in here.
I don't think that
They
if
might.
they had any sense.
Security will come out and say, "I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, no, you're out. That's it.
You're not here." So, what are you doing for the adults?
Well, that's going to be kind of a mixture of improv show, of course.
I love improv.
And some participatory stuff for people that want to. A little music, food, good food.
Okay.
Champagne toast at midnight. We'll drop the ball again for
You're
real.
going to drop the ball the second
Yeah,
time?
we got to
Good.
hoist it
But
up
don't,
there
I hope it
during-
didn't break the first time.
No, please, no. Like I say, it's going to be, this is what my son would call it. It's a Michael Burns production. I know, 2 in the morning some night.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna be
expect
in
you to
there
come out with
rigging.
your cigar in your mouth with it.
We have 2 more spontaneous Broadways.
Those
where
are
I play
so
that
much
character.
fun.
Yeah, the 23rd
If you haven't
and
been to their
29th.
spontaneous Broadway, it's an amazing event because the people, the audience, makes up the event.
Yeah, well, we get a whole bunch of song titles and improvise those in Act 1, and then the audience picks their favorite song, improvised. And Act 2, we do the Broadway musical, 45 minutes that song comes from, including, this is the part that kills me, a reprise of the improvised song from Act 1. I take care of the set and lights for Act 2. I don't have to remember a song that was improvised in Act 1.
It is a lot of fun because you vote on which ones you like, and then they come out and they announce it, and then you get the title is what you end up the story's about, or do they give you the story?
Yeah, the song, the improvisers supply the title of the musical. They get the song title from the audience, and then they say, so it might be, the song is Poinsettia from Holiday Bouquet, the musical, right?
Oh, that's how they do it.
That's just making it up.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but I mean something like that. Yeah.
And then people say, what do you do? At the beginning of the intermission, all we determine is what was the song, how was it introduced, and where are we starting, like a starting environment. And then I tear down to the set, and with some amazingly helpful people who volunteer us.
They do it on the spot.
We make the set upstairs.
You're in the Addy now?
No, in our theater upstairs.
When you
The
said
cast
upstairs,
is, yeah, right. No, the cast is furiously going through this collection of costumes. They costume themselves. And in 15 minutes' time, boom, we go with a 45-minute
Talk about
musical.
improvisation. This is
It's
improvisation
absolutely.
at the absolute best.
So we're approaching New Year's kind of the same way. Like, you know what I'm really looking for is that people who want to have a completely different, really creative and friendly and relaxed New Year's Eve can come. We have alcohol available. We'll have a champagne toast. There's, a cafe. But it's not about let's get blitzed while a band that's so loud is playing, Yeah, hey, you'll be able to talk.
I find myself very uncomfortable in those situations.
I do too. Always have, even when I wasn't
single or whatever.
gifted.
Yeah, I just always found myself very uncomfortable. It's like, is it
can
over
we get out of
yet?
here
Is
yet?
it over yet?
Right.
Maybe I could leave now and nobody'd miss me.
Right. They call that an Irish exit,
Is that? Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you just drift away. Don't let anybody know you're leaving.
Oh, so you don't even say goodbye to the host. You just slip
you
out.
just kind of slip out the side door.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it
Make
saves
sure
so much trouble.
Yeah, I know it really does. All the goodbyes and all the, and take the fruit cake with you.
Have you ever noticed that? Well, I think we better go. That's first cue. That's first cue. That means 3 more times, and then we're really out of here. It takes about 15
I know
minutes.
it's tough. It's tough when you go to those parties that there's so much expectation.
And now, see, the beauty of this is people.
There's nobody.
Nobody has it. There's no expectation whatsoever. It's improvised, and we've never done it before, so it's really improvised.
Oh, it's really improvised. So if you want to go, bring the family, the kids for the first show.
7 o'clock, and then bring them to the sitter and come back for the 9 o'clock, where it'll be a little bit more adult.
Come on, with pajamas on, how are you getting that adult?
Well, that's the thing. Come on, that's part of being an adult. Let's get real. I've worked every New Year's Eve for so many years, and I said to myself, I want a New Year's Eve where I'm just hanging out in pajamas.
Pajama party.
There it is.
I loved your pictures. There's your pajamas right there.
These are some of our wonderful. By the way, this is when I hate Photoshop because that's real. That's not Photoshop. They were caught in midair.
Is that right?
By Derek Walker, is an amazing.
Wow, that was a great shot. I love that shot.
Yeah.
I noticed when you sent it to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you saw we showed a picture of the marquee, so
people know where to find us. We're right near across the street and towards Union from Perillo's, you know. I love that neighborhood. Parecas, what did I say?
You said Perillo's, but that's okay.
Well, don't you have 3 or 4 businesses on the street?
Well,
No?
you know. Listen, I had an uncle who had the barber shop right across from City Hall.
There you
Perillo's
go.
Barber
Perillo's
Shop.
Barbershop. Parecas.
Parecas.
Yeah,
But that's all right. I know Maria. She won't mind.
No, she's okay.
Good.
I love the neighborhood. It's a
I
great
know.
place to be.
It's a great place. Go
Yeah.
out, you know, plan on an early dinner, get the 7 fishes on Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Getting
You
that?
know, that's part of the reason for this party. I worked for Lena Spencer up at the Cafe Lena
Oh, my
for
God,
so
I
many
love
years.
Lena.
Yeah,
Well,
and the
she's gone
holidays
now,
were like
but yeah.
feasts for her,
I know.
right? Every artistic person with
she
no
was-
money came to Lena's and ate, right?
You know, it's funny. The first time I called to get tickets at Lena's, you know, she answers the phone.
Sure, of course.
And I'm going, what?
Yeah.
Lena Spencer answers
She's
the
answering her phone. Well, yeah.
And she did.
kept
She
it
said, oh, yeah,
pretty
I can
simple.
get you tickets first. But for many years, Lena's still is very famous.
Yeah,
and
it's a great
we
place.
certainly want to support these, the oldest folks' house in the.
Although the 8-Step is great here in Schenectady, right here in town.
Well,
Yes,
I know
we-
that. I know. I love the
They're
8
both good.
Step. I went to the 8 Step when it was in the basement way back
See
when.
me playing politics there.
Yeah,
I don't want
well, I know. We like to do that.
Yeah.
And the oldest improv in the country is
to.
Mopco.
Yeah. Some nights I feel like that. No. We're the newest improv theater in town.
You are.
I'll say
and
that.
I love them.
And
I
I
love
dare
them. I
say
love
the
Kat
very best
and all the
improv
rest
theater
of you guys
in town.
Peter, what?
We are the best improv theater
You
in
are the
Schenectady.
best. You are the
I
best.
can say that without question.
No, without a question.
All right, Ann, thank you so much.
Happy New Year, buddy.
You
I hope
too.
you have a really great pajama party.
It's going to be awesome.
Good.
All right.
Kids bring their pajamas too?
Oh, I think they should.
Well, yeah, for the
And then,
first
you know,
party.
fall asleep in the car.
Yeah. Leave them in the car all night.
And Pareca.
Just kidding. We're going to take another quick break, and when we get back, we're going to be talking with Ange Morris. Go ahead, take it away, buddy. Good.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow. There you go, Ann. I was waiting for that. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the new bird. Here to stay is the bluebird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parcel Brown. He'd say, are you married? We'd say, no, man, but you can do the job while you're in town. Later on, we conspire as we dream by that fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. In the middle we can build a snowman and pretending he's Parson Brown. He'd say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job while you're in town. Later on, we conspire as we dream by that fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland.
Mike Purcell, walking in a winter wonderland. Well, wait a second. I don't think we got a winter wonderland around here. What do you think, Ange? Thanks, Mike.
Mr. Frosty showed up.
Huh?
Mr. Frost has shown up.
Mr. We get, I don't think we're going to have snow for Christmas, but that's okay.
Hey,
People, no travel problems.
absolutely.
So what's going on? You had a great year, huh?
Yes, we had a very significant, historic, memorable, successful year.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We really did. So thank you for having me come again and just kind of share year of review and
Yeah.
then talk about next year a little bit.
Any challenges this year?
Oh, well, we always have challenges,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
what the community is facing, you know. But the coalition, the Martin Luther King Coalition, the Human Rights Commission, we are addressing those challenges and helping the community to do better and improve and to be allies and to
Work together.
Work together, absolutely.
Yeah.
Working together works.
Yeah, and I don't know, a while back I had a panel, and one of the gentlemen was there, says there's one thing about Schenectady, they know how to work together. How do you feel about that?
Yes, we have a lot of community partnerships and collaborations throughout the city and the county, doing the work for the people regarding if it's poverty, that's SICM and SCAP working together. When it comes to housing issues, it's municipal housing in the city. Myself working with all these agencies and also with law enforcement, the police department and sheriff working together. There is a lot of partnerships and collaborations. However, we have to do better in certain areas. I mean, it's 50 years. And if you look at 50 years from Dr. King, from what he has, you know, his legacy in life, the question is, are we better off today than when Dr. King was 50 years? And if you can answer that question yes, then, or if you can answer that question no, then we have to look back and say, we have to really dig deep and say, where are we going?
Yeah.
Why is the results of our community, definitely with our kids, when it comes to graduation rates, when it comes to teenage pregnancy,
why aren't we better on those?
why aren't we better on those?
Yeah.
You know?
And you know, I don't know. I think it's a challenge for you because you're trying to find the solutions.
Right.
Many of us are just scratching our heads saying, well, what can be done? Right. But you're the one that's on the front line.
Right, right. And a lot of the issues, Schenectady is a urban city with metropolitan issues. We have a lot of programs, very rich with programs.
And the Schenectady school system has gone above and beyond trying to get programs.
Oh, absolutely. The school district is doing well with addressing the issues, bringing those issues out to the forefront. Superintendent Spring has done a good work at addressing those issues and bringing them to the forefront. But those issues are systemic. Those are symptoms of a root of the problem. And until we become very, very blunt and honest with ourselves as a community of the root of those issues, we will always talk about the symptoms. It's just like when you're sick. You know, you have sniffling, you have a headache, you have dizziness, but when you don't go to the doctor, you don't know what's going on until you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you the real root of those issues.
Now you can treat them.
Now you could treat them.
Yeah.
But just throwing money at stuff, talking about it.
You can't throw money at
really, because once you start patching up stuff, the issue and the problems become worse. So Superintendent Spring has done a good job on bringing those issues from the forefront where other school superintendents former superintendents didn't want to. He has brought those to the forefront.
Yeah.
However, we have to not just patch up those issues with money, but get to the real issues of those symptoms of the root. And once you get to the root of the systematic issue, then now we can start.
Most people will tell you it's the family unit.
Absolutely.
Is the
family.
And when you have children, having children,
Right.
there's no, I guess I want to say mentor, but that's not the right word, but there's no way of seeing the way that family should, when you have children, having children.
Right.
That unit is not there the way it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that.
And it's not to say that many families are trying to bring that back.
Sure.
But it's sometimes difficult.
And Dr. King was a big proponent, and he talked about education. He talked about that, and education is a civil rights issue. And so, as a year in review, we started in January, had a community forum on education. What would Dr. King say and do about education? And we had a stellar panel talking about the challenges that we are facing in the educational system, and the college system, college level, community college, and also elementary. And then we did the street renaming. So that was very successful. We had the whole neighborhood of the Hamilton Hill, which the Albany Street ceremony is renamed Dr. King, Martin Luther King Way, from Veeder Ave all the way up to Brandywine. And we had a very great outpouring of the community to come to support when we did the unveiling. And that we had about 300 people from the neighborhood that came out and celebrated with us.
It tells you there's people in the neighborhood that want to make a difference.
Absolutely. And what we did, we just brought pride back to that area. That area was neglected, crime, and those service providers that are doing the work that Dr. King talked about regarding poverty, economic justice. Those folks like SCAP, SICM, they came and they were part of us.
Amazing.
SICM actually let us use their property to do the unveiling in our small ceremony. So the coalition and commission, we are doing a great work. There's work to be done and to improve, and to start addressing the issues that Dr. King talked about. And as we see 2016 election and now, there's a lot of work to be done to address the issues
it's kind of
racism.
Almost backsliding with the, I mean, I have to be honest, it just feels that way. I mean, and I don't get political, but I'm telling you, it's just really disturbing.
No, well, that's why it's the work that I do to make people here in this community and regionally make sure that the rights are protected, and also to educate them and inform them on their human rights and New York State human rights, but also to be an ally, to show people that they're valued, that they're important, they're loved, and to hear them
out. And that there's support.
And there's support
in our community.
Hands down. Hands down, because a lot of people who has called me and dealing with me all the time, they're feeling like they're being beaten up. They're feeling like they're being
why wouldn't they?
Attacked.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, it's like, of course they feel that way. But we've got to change that. We've got to turn that around.
And how we do that, Ann, we bring change to a community. We can no longer be on the sidelines. We must come off the sidelines, stand up, speak up, and not be afraid to take the realms of talking about the real issues of racism, bigotry, hatred, misogynistic issues.
I mean, we see
sexism,
it every day in the news. It's like I mean, I pick up the newspaper, I'm going, what?
But people can't be, people has to stop being reactive.
Me Too,
and being
the Me Too thing that came out of that. People are speaking out now, which is very important. But anyway, but you've got an event coming up. We're almost out of time. Martin Luther King anniversary celebration at the Schenectady County Community College.
That is
and you're going to be on again to talk about this.
Yeah, you're going to have me back on. But yes, our keynote speaker is Assemblyman Michael Blake. He is from
And we have
the Bronx.
a flyer on that too, I think.
He is from the Bronx, and he's the vice chair of the DNC. He is a very powerful young elected official from downstate, but he's a rising star within the party.
That's wonderful.
The Human Rights Commission and Martin Luther King Coalition is not partisan. We just bring in speakers who can speak on the topic of the day or that issue of Dr. King, what would Dr. King say and do, or has some type of message relating to Dr. King and his dream. So the coalition and commission is not political.
No, you're not political, but the point is you've got a mission. You have a mission, and that's the mission that you're working on.
And our mission is to advance the principles, teachings of Dr. King, but also the mission of the commission is to foster that mutual respect and understanding amongst all groups, races, creeds, religions, and to address the issues that is affecting and impacting the community on a regular basis. And to work with all agencies, elected officials to bring
Talk
hope,
about inclusiveness. Oh my God. Yeah, you're doing it. I'll tell you. And you know, you're walking the walk.
Oh, thank you, Ann.
Yeah, I love you. You know that. I do. I want to just tell you who's coming on next week, if I can find it here. on our show. We're going to be talking about yeah, right, I got it. Oh, of course it's not going to be here. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Armenian traditions, and we're going to be talking about Hanukkah traditions, Italian traditions, and probably Mike Purcell's home traditions as well. I think he's got the Irish covered. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to have Mike come back on again, and we're going to be closing out our show and wishing you all a very happy holidays, I think. Yeah, there he is, Mike. Hey, Mike. Okay, good. Thanks.
I'm dreaming tonight of a place I love even more than I usually do. And although I know it's a long road back, I promise you I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents neath the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams.
And where's home for Christmas for you?
Home for me is Clifton Park.
Clifton Park. Okay, you don't go anywhere?
Oh, well, I got to go down and see my mom. You know, Mom's turning 95 on January
God bless
6th.
her.
And Christmas Day, that's when the family all gathers. All 8 kids and, you know, all the grandkids and as many as can fit in the house.
Okay, and that's at your house.
That's we're going to go to my mom's house.
And where's your mom live?
On State Street in Schenectady.
Oh, in Schenectady.
Been there
Okay.
for
So she's still living there and enjoying her home.
Still there. That's where my grandfather practiced in the home and my dad practiced in the home.
That's Dr. Purcell.
That's right. By the way, a quick story. I know we're running low on time here, but see this red jacket? I wear this a lot, and at Christmas time. And there's a story behind it. Family tradition. We went down to see the show at the Rockettes, the New York show.
Rockefeller
I brought
Center.
my mom, my mother-in-law, my wife, and my 6 kids all down on the train. This is like 25 years ago.
Okay.
And long story short, we're walking down the street. I saw this red jacket in the window, and my
Oh, that's how. Look at you. You
and
can
my
still wear
mom-
it.
And I could still wear it.
Very nice.
My mom and my mother-in-law bought it for me as a present.
Oh,
and I've
how
had
nice.
it all these years, and I love wearing it.
Yeah,
Especially
you
this
shouldn't.
time
It's
of
in good shape too.
Well, it's holding up.
Yeah,
Maybe
good.
better than me.
Good. We'll see you on our next show.
Take care.
Good, Michael.
Merry Christmas.
Yep.